Hi folks, welcome back to Pass the Page. I'm MT Lynx and this is the vlog I'm doing on the weekends here. I'm a fantasy author and recently turned indie game dev, and today's going to be your game dev update. So today I'm going to walk you through what it's like to get started with Unreal Engine. No polished tutorials, no 50-person teams, just me, a mouse, and a terrifying yet amazing world of game creation. So if you ever wondered what it's like to go from zero to solo dev, or if you're just curious what Unreal 5.6.0 is doing differently, or even what Unreal Engine is, I'm here to go over what I've learned in my first real week of building inside the engine. So let's talk about it. Alright, so here's what I expected. Unreal Engine would be hard. Here's what I didn't expect. It's fun. Yes, it is so dense, but the second I dropped in a landscape and saw the lighting system fire up, I was like, oh, I can do this. Oh, it's like being Neo in the Matrix. I love it. Now I understand how they do all that really fun stuff in the games, or at least I think I do. Anyway, and it feels like I'm sculpting with code and light. It's so squee. Okay, the interface for Unreal 5.6.0, it is sleek. But the learning curve is real. Epic's layout in 5.6 is really clean, so you don't feel completely lost, especially if you start really small. The first thing I kind of touched on that wasn't a straightforward like assets or materials. The first thing that really kind of, I guess, gave me my first stumbling block was Blueprints, Unreal's visual sculpting system. I'm used to C#, C++++, but the nice thing about Blueprints is it let me dig into the logic without having to like without having to jump in feet first into raw code. And when you're learning about what does and doesn't work and how fast you can break stuff, that's really helpful. So then I checked out Nanite. That's Unreal's really insane geometry system. It basically lets you toss in hyper detailed meshes without crashing your computer. Now I've got a massive game dev computing system that my best friend designed for me, and it has so much memory that I can have like 1,000 YouTube channels like tabs open and still be running Unreal. I'm being facetious. It wasn't 1,000. It's like 50. And still be running Unreal as engine. And now I'm not rendering, but I am still able to run and do game tests at the same time, and this computer doesn't break a sweat. I mean, I'm barely getting a degree click up of temperature on it, so my big computer Yana is amazing. And yes, she has a name, and she meets every inch of that. She meets every inch of that character personification. If you know, you know. So I poked around with some chaos physics, which lets me simulate destructible objects. I had the best fun breaking some boxes. I just kept breaking boxes again and again and again and again. And yeah, I've got a thing for breaking boxes. Yeah. Might go a bit Zelda and start crashing pots next. I don't know, but we'll find out. Anyway, I didn't need it, but I had to see what the hype was about. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Repeatable, beautiful, and way too much fun to break those boxes. So anyway, look forward to video clips of my game dev when I start dropping those in July for me breaking boxes ad nauseum, because I'm enjoying myself so much, and yes, you might be subjected to it if you watch those videos. Right, so what surprised me the most was how fast I could prototype ideas. When I'm doing this, when I'm writing as an author, it can take me months to really get an idea fleshed out on paper and tweaked and then refined, and then kind of feel what's good, what's bad, what did I miss, maybe bounce it off a few people. But in dev world, I had a collision box to a door, and in 5 minutes I've got a system that spawns a box that is destroyed when a character walks through a door. I created a switch, and when a character got close, it opens the door, and then that spawns the box, which got destroyed. Instant satisfaction and instant feedback. And somehow, it still feels like I'm telling a story. So as I'm learning, I'm figuring out how to graphically and physically tell stories, and that's really fun. I have never been so gleefully destructive of boxes. Go back on the box thing again. Anyway, keeping going. And yes, I got my notes here in the background. That's why you see me looking off. I'm trying to make sure that I cover the stuff I want to talk to you about. So what really tripped me up, what frustrated me, what was really hard was the variables. Understanding how everything is connected, especially in blueprints. That took time. You would think this is pretty straightforward on its face, and it is, but just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. And forgetting to compile my code, or when I'm working with nodes and I deleted the wrong thing, and all of a sudden my timelines don't work because I had the right node connected to the wrong thing. So instead of, getting close to that switch and the door opens, they get closest to the switch, the box gets created and then destroyed, but the door doesn't open because something's broken in how everything's connected. And that's the love of debugging and figuring out why you mess something up. And yes, I know how maddening that is. Anybody who's done devs going, oh, child, you don't know. And you're totally right, I don't. But this is my experience of it so far in week 1, and I'm telling you what I'm living through. So is my naivete on full display here with thinking that this is going to be a little bit more straightforward? Absolutely. I'm self-aware of it. But that doesn't mean I'm enjoying the process any less, even if I know fundamentally and just logically that, oh, this is so much harder than I think it is. But you know what? I don't care. That's part of my learning journey, and I'm going to share it with you. But for right now, I'm having loads of fun with what I'm doing. So I hope you're going to continue staying on this journey with me as I, give you reports and show you video clips of what I'm learning, doing. And please, if you like Project AGOSHA or you like hearing about this, come on the journey with me, because this is my journey to turn my book and storyline, of which there are 7 books in this storyline. I'm writing number 2 right now, but I have the whole progression arc. Gosh, I would love to show you the wall that I've got all of this documentation on that has the whole storyline for the entire Project AGOSHA series arc. And I'm taking book 1 and turning it into its own game. And I'm not sure entirely if I want this to be one standalone game or if I want to go like something like with, not that I'm going into the horror genre, but Poppy Playtime does chapters. I'm kind of waffling right now between if I want to do chapters or do one big standalone game and make each one of these installment drops. I don't know, but I'm loving this part of the journey. So I hope you'll join me on it. It's a lot of fun and it's creative chaos and madness. So just wanted to give you an update. I'm MT Lynx, author, chaos navigator, and now game dev. And this was your game dev update. I'll catch you next Saturday. And now you know.